Hey guys, it's your girl Suzie. Things I wish every dad can tell his daughters. Things I wish every single father could tell his daughters. Please guys, do not forget to follow me on Facebook. Suzie G. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Suzie Space. If you like this video, give it a big thumbs up. If this is your first time of seeing me, the name is Susanna. You can call me Suzie. Things I wish every single dad could tell his daughters. These are some of the things I wish I grew up to meet a dad. These are some of the things I wish I grew up to see a father to tell me. These are some of the things I wish I knew when I was 15 years. This is a foundation that you need to lay down for your daughters as a father. If you are a dad, if you are a father, and you cannot have father-daughter conversations, you cannot sit your daughters down and have conversations with them, something is wrong somewhere. If you are a dad and you cannot sit your daughters down and have this kind of conversations with them, you are not doing your fatherly duties properly. So let's get right into it. Number one, things that I wish every single dad could tell his daughters. Every man you meet is not yours for the taking. There are a lot of times that, or most times, girls don't actually know the difference between a man wanting them just for their body and a man needing them for them as a person. If you're a father, you should be able to teach your daughter how to know a man wants them and how to know a man needs them. The first thing you should be able to teach your daughters as a father is for them to get to know who they are. They should learn to know themselves as a person. They should learn to love themselves first before loving another person. Because a lot of girls are broken at this very young age. They are so broken because they think every man that comes on their way is for them. And that is because they don't love themselves. They don't know how to love themselves. They don't understand the importance of you loving yourself first. So they give their heart and their love to these men, and these men end up breaking their heart. And break them into pieces. So if you're a father, you should be able to teach your daughter this. Number two, things that I wish every father could tell his daughters. Men does not like for their hands to be forced into marriage. You should be able to teach your daughter that the fact that she loves somebody, the fact that she's in love with a guy, does not necessarily mean that this guy also love her back. You can love people, and these people will not love you back. You should be able to tell your daughter that if a man said he doesn't like her, he doesn't want to be with her, she should understand. She shouldn't force a man to marry her because of her dignity as a woman. She shouldn't sell her dignity away. She shouldn't throw her dignity away just because she wants this man. So she wants him to marry him. She wants him to marry her by all means. You should be able to tell your daughters to go for men who want them, men who need them in their life. You should be able to teach your daughters to go for men who adores them, men who respect them. You should be able to tell your daughters to understand when a man said, I don't want you. They shouldn't force a man to marry them. They shouldn't force a man to stay in their lives. Number 3, things that I wish every father can tell his daughters is all men are not the same. There are a lot of good men out there. They might not be many, but definitely there are good men out there, just that they are hard to find. So you have to know how to position yourself. You have to know how to live your life to attract these good men. Don't just allow any man in your way. Sometimes when you keep some people, let me say this, some people will never heal in this life. And the reason is because they are keeping some people that they are not supposed to keep in their lives. And the reason why they are keeping these people in their life is because they are broken. Because if you are not broken, if you are properly healed, there are some people that you not allow to your life. There are some people that you not allow, you not give access into your life. Because this girl is so broken, she feels like all men are the same. So she's finding it so difficult to even give a chance to love again. So if you are a father, you should be able to teach your daughter that all men are not the same. There are good ones and there are bad ones. She should be careful when making choices. She should be careful when choosing a partner, when choosing a man as a partner. Number 4, things that I wish every father could tell his daughters. All men are not dogs. They are humans like they are. I wish every father can tell his daughters, all men are not cheaters. Most men cheat. A lot of men are cheaters, but not all. They are real men. They are men who respect themselves. They are men who have one man, one woman men. They are men who understand the importance of having one woman. Let me say this thing to the men out there. A lot of men in this world who have succeed, Most men on this planet who has become successful and succeed in this life, if you watch them closely, they have just one woman in their lives. I am still very young, but I've witnessed situations whereby men have been, God has blessed men, and because of these men having a lot of women in their lives, they went back to square one. When God is lifting you up as a man and you don't position yourself properly, you don't watch how you deal with women, you destroy your own life. So if you're a father, you should be able to tell your daughter, not all men cheat. Some cheat. Most of them cheat, but not all of them. Number 5, things that I wish every father could tell his daughters. Marry men that are team players, not men that uses women and that sit around and play video games, not men who go and play damning instead of them to go hustle, instead of them to go and work. You should be able to tell your daughters to marry men who are ambitious, men who know where they are going in life. You should be able to tell your daughters, no matter how handsome, no matter how sexy a man is, if he doesn't know where he's going in life, your daughter should not stay with him. Number 6, things that I wish every father would tell his daughters. Men don't desire, or men don't desire. The word is desire. This word is so tricky for me. Men don't desire to marry or date women with horrible reputations. Look, as a father, you should be able to teach your daughters how to live their life. They shouldn't live their lives recklessly. There are a lot of girls out there who end up sleeping with a lot of guys, not because they are prostitutes, just because they are looking for love, just because these girls are looking for true love. So in their process of looking for who to love them, they end up sleeping with a lot of guys. You should be able to teach your daughters how to carry themselves, how to hold themselves with dignity as a woman. You should be able to teach your daughters to respect themselves, have boundaries. They shouldn't get into fight with people unnecessary. They should pick their fights. They should be respectful. You should be able to tell your daughters this as a father. Number 7, things I wish every father could tell his daughters. Let the man make the first approach. Confidence is the most important thing that a woman looks for in a man. Confidence is one of the most important things that a woman is looking for in a man. If a guy can walk up to, if a guy can walk close to a woman, if a man can walk up to her and make the first move in confidence, and make the first move in confidence, she will feel attraction for him and will be open to have a conversation with this man. You should be able to teach your daughters or tell them, no matter how attractive you are to a man, don't ask him out. Look, if you are in love with a guy, make him notice you and approach you. Do not approach him first. Always make sure you are within his sight. Always make sure you give him some signs and body language for him to notice you. Don't make the first approach. This is what you need to tell your daughter as a father. Number 8, things that I wish every father could tell his daughter is let the man be the chase. You don't choose him. Let the man chase you. Don't choose the man. Allow him to choose you. There are a lot of women who are chasing men and they end up losing their dignity as women. The reason why as a father it's so important for you to teach your daughter this is because when you chase a man and get him, one day he will leave you. And that is because it wasn't his intention to be with you. I hear stories where ladies or women chase men. These men end up marrying them. And years later, you waste your years. I heard a story that this lady, she said that she chased this guy and she succeeded. This guy got married to her. 8 years later, the guy left her. And that is because it wasn't his intention to make you his wife. He didn't want to be with you, but you were chasing him. You were choking him with chasing. So he has to stick around you. And if you do that as a woman, you are losing your dignity. It's as if you don't know your identity. Or you keep on ignoring the identity of you being a woman. So do not choose a man. Don't chase him. Allow him to choose you. When he chooses you, he will love you. He will pamper you. He will respect you. He will adore you. He will care for you. He will protect you. He will fight for you. As a father, you should be able to teach your daughter this. Number 9 is don't say yes to every man that crosses your path or every man that comes on your mind and every man that you see. I once hear a story of a lady saying that when a man approaches her and she doesn't say yes to this man, then she feels sorry for them. So to her, she's doing this man good. So because of that, she ends up being the girlfriend to every single man that comes her way, which is so bad. If you're a dad, You should be able to teach your daughters these things. It's not every man that you are attracted to that you need to make your partner. You can crush on people, but that doesn't mean they should be yours. You can like people, but it doesn't mean you should have them. Look, confident is when you like something. Confident is when you are attracted to someone, but you say no to them. Not because you don't like it, but you say no to them because you know it's not good for you. You know that's not the right time for you to have them. That's confident. You should be able to teach your daughters to be in charge of their emotions. If you are in charge of your emotions and your feelings, you can attract people, but you understand that you attracting them, you finding them attractive does not mean they should be yours. It doesn't mean they should get involved with you. If you are a dad, you should be able to teach your daughters this. Number 10, things that I wish every father would tell his daughters. You are designed and made for one man. A lot of ladies, because of laziness, because they are lazy, they don't want to do something with their lives. They say yes to all men. You should be able to teach your daughter how to be independent, how to be able to provide some things for herself. She shouldn't depend on men when they are not yet to be her husband. And you as a father, you should be able to provide for your daughter so that she doesn't depend on any man. Because there are a lot of times that I see things. I'm very young, but I've seen cases, I've seen situations where men disrespect some girls and disrespect their parents because this man is the one providing for this girl. You as a father, you are not able to provide for your daughter. So because this man is the one providing for your daughter, catering for your daughter, he's disrespecting your daughter, treating her anyhow, abusing your daughter, and you cannot say anything. You cannot say a word. Because if you say something, he's going to stop providing. This is the reason why I will say make sure you give birth to the number of children you can take care of. Know the number of children you can cater for. Don't give birth just because the Bible says we should give birth anyhow. You can give birth anyhow. Let me tell you, when the child is in your stomach as a mother, you can walk around with this child. You can do anything you want to do. When the child comes to this world, this child is becoming a liability. You have to cater for this child. And this is why when these people, and the most annoying part is the people who cannot care for their children, the people who cannot provide. These are the same people who are giving birth anyhow, who are giving birth to the number of children that they know that they cannot take care of, they cannot cater for. Do you think These rich people who are giving birth to one, two, some of them, they are extremely rich, but they just have one or two children, three, four. Do you think they are not smart? This world is so expensive to feed someone. So please, make sure you are giving birth to the number of children you can take care of, so that you don't end up giving your children out to men who don't deserve them, to disrespect them, to abuse them, and make them useless. So if you're a father, you should be able to say this to your daughter. She's designed and made for one man. Number 11, you should be able to tell your daughter to save herself for her future husband. Let me make this thing clear. I know there are a lot of women out there. It's not their fault. Just because you were raped, just because you lost your virginity, doesn't mean you should you should continue misusing yourself. You should continue allowing men to use you anyhow. You should be able to tell your daughters should keep themselves. We all make mistakes. Some of us are raped. Some of us gave ourselves out for men just because we thought they loved us. And if it doesn't work out, don't end up continuing doing the same thing. Do not repeat it. Keep yourself. Number 12, something that a father you should be able to teach your daughters is don't confuse love for sex when it comes to men. There is something they say that women use sex for love and men use love to get sex. When a man wants to sleep with a woman, the first thing he will say to this woman is, he loves you. He loves her. Just to sleep with her. You should be able to teach your daughters to be careful. When a man tells them he loves them, they should let him explain what he mean by I love you. What this man mean when he says to your daughter that he loves her. This man should be able to explain his own definition of love. Because there are a lot of ladies who are naive. So when a man just say he loves her, then she believes this man and end up having sex with this man. And this man will dump this lady. They will dump them, then they'll be so broken. So you should be able to teach your daughters that they shouldn't confuse love for sex when it comes to men. She can choose to have sex with a man, but not because the man is telling her he loves her. Number 13, things that I wish every father could tell his daughters. If you don't want a man, don't take his money. The reason why some of us did not go to school, the reason why some of us did not go to university, the reason why some of us did not further our education is not because we are dumb, not because we cannot read, Not because we are ugly, not because we don't deserve to go to the university, but the reason is because we know our mother cannot afford the kind of education that we want. Some of us are not living a lavish lifestyle, extravagant lifestyle, not because we don't know how to, not because we don't know how to dress, but the reason is because we know we cannot afford that kind of lifestyle. A lot of ladies are taking money from men, and deep down their hearts, they know they don't want to be with these guys, but they are taking their money. A lot of ladies are end up getting killed by men because you took his money. You allow this man to spend his money on you, but you don't love him. You don't want to be with him. It's so greedy of you as a lady, as a girl, for you to allow a man to spend his money on you throughout your education. And the next thing you want to say to him is that the both of you are not compatible. You don't love him. You are so wicked. So tell your daughters, if they don't want a man, they shouldn't take his money. If they don't want to be with him, if the man is not someone they can say yes to get married to, they shouldn't take his money. And also, they should be careful. When a man is giving them something, they should ask the reason behind him doing this good. Because men do not do things for free. They'll definitely want something back in exchange of them being good to you. Number 14, something that I wish every father can tell his daughters. Never display yourself to a man like you are for sale. Never display yourself to a man as if there is a price on you. Don't make yourself seem like someone can buy you with their money. You should be able to say this to your daughters. They should make themselves priceless. It should be their choice to be with a man, not because the man can afford them, just because they decide, it's their choice, they want to. Because there are a lot of ladies that men actually bought them. They bought them with their money. And if a man buys you with his money, he's going to use you anyhow. He's going to destroy you anyhow. And you know, anything that you own, if a man buys you with his money, he will feel like he owns you. And anything that you own, you can use it anyhow you want. So teach your daughters to never display their self to men like they are for sale. Number 14, things that I wish every father could tell his daughters. Don't use manipulation. Or don't use or manipulate a man for money or anything he may have his passions on. Or let me put it this way. Don't use a man, or don't use a man or manipulate a man for his money or something, he may have in his position. Do not manipulate any man to give you anything that you want from him. Teach your daughters to not manipulate any man, to give them anything, or they shouldn't use any man. If they don't want him, they should allow him to go. If you cannot say yes to a man when he proposed to you to get married to you, why are you with him? You should be able to tell your daughters these things as a father. Number 16, things that I wish every father could tell his daughters. Never punish a man with sex or not cooking his food. I wish every father could tell his daughters that they shouldn't punish a man by denying him his way to have sex with them, or not cooking for them. No matter how angry you are, no matter how he hurts you, make sure you cook for him. Make sure you allow him to have his way. Because they say a way to a man's heart is through food. If you want to win his heart, it's your food. And after, feed him up and feed him down. This is how you end up having his heart. Number 17, things that I wish every father could tell his daughters. Men want women who are loyal and submissive. Submission is not slavery. Submission doesn't mean he can disrespect you. Submission doesn't mean he should beat you. Submission doesn't mean he should step on you as if you are his doormat. Submission